Hello, ladies and jelly spoons. Welcome to 24K movies, TV shows, and video game reviews. If you could not tell by the clip that you just saw and the picture, we are reviewing Sinners. Sammy. Only those who watch the movie is going to get that. Sammy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler. I'm going to give y'all credit where credit is due, because it seems like anything that comes out that has any inkling of urbanality, color, and flair gets ripped to shreds. But this is the reason why I literally just said that in my Squid Games review. For some reason, people are paid to tank certain movies and uplift other movies. Despite how the audience sees it, the critics always see it a different way. By purpose. That is not an accident. That is on purpose. They're paid to sway your view and your wallet to see this movie over that movie. They tank this movie and tank that movie, but the audience shows with their money clearly what they want to see. And Sinners made buckets a load of money, and almost everybody I've ever seen who saw it enjoyed it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump in, check out the trailer to Sinners before I come back and unpack my review. I got news for you. You ain't gonna like what I say, but it is what it is. This is 24K. I want you guys to sit back, relax with your favorite bag of snacks, and get ready for these movie tracks. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Sinners. Oh shit, I gotta pause it. My bad.
I've been all over this world. I seen men die in ways I ain't even know was possible. Hey, brother, be careful. I will. With all the things that I've seen, I ain't never seen no demons, no ghosts, no magic. Till now. Now get back inside. Let me in, man. Some weird shit going on out here. You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
All right, so that was the trailer to Sinners. Let's talk about it. First of all, you might have heard this movie got a lot of negative publicity, all by the same people who are paid to tank movies, films, and TV shows because they have an agenda. Whether that be sexist, biased, racist, it's one of the ists. But if you want to see a vampire movie in today's society, and we're not talking about Team Edward, we're not talking about those kind of vampires. To quote a film John Carpenter did called Vampires, well, first of all, they're not a bunch of guys sitting around a mansion in rented formal wear looking to seduce everyone with sleazy Eurotrash accents. You want to use garlic? One of these, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say his line. You want to use garlic? You want to use garlic? One of these motherfuckers will bend you over and take a stroll up your chatalaka while he's sucking the blood out of your neck. They don't sleep in confidence lying on taffeta. You want to kill one, you drive a sharp stake right through his heart. And sunlight turns him into crispy critters. That is a great movie, by the way. Go and see my John Carpenter's Vampires review. Great vampire movie. But when it comes to vampires in today's society, in the 2020s, it's Team Edward or Jacob, or... Matter of fact, I've seen better vampires in Buffy episodes than I have in movies recently. And that says a lot. It says a lot. I will take Spike, who I kind of think was sculpted after David from the Lost Boys. You know, the whole blonde hair, cool thing, leather trench coat. You guys aren't slick. I know that was based off of David. Come on. Trying to kill me, David? Huh? You guys have not seen the Lost Boys. You need to go see the... I don't know about the other ones, like The Thirst or the Apache Warriors or 3. 3 was okay, but 1 is the standard for badass, kick-ass vampires. Absolutely. David and his gang, Max, Michael, Sam. It's a great movie. But in Sinners, I wasn't expecting the vampire to be so likable. When we're introduced to him in the beginning of the movie, and there's spoiler alert, baby. If you don't want spoilers, turn away in 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Boom, it's gone. He's a very likable type of vampire. They're drawn to music in a way. Without giving too much away, I'm going to go ahead and say I like the aspect from the vampire's point of view, and I like the aspect from the human's point of view. The cast, phenomenal. Phenomenal cast. I always say you've made it in Hollywood when you can make a movie with you and yourself, and it's a good movie. I've seen Van Damme do it in Double Impact. I've seen Arnold do it in multiple movies, including The Sixth Day. I don't think Steven Seagal's ever done it. I know Sylvester Stallone did it in that weird Judge Dredd thing where that was supposed to be his twin, played by Armand Assante, which looks nothing like Sylvester Stallone at all. But anyway, when you've made it in Hollywood, you can make a movie with you and yourself, and it's great. Sometimes it goes a little bit of a ride, like The Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps, but The Nutty Professor 1 absolutely made it. Eddie did it with him and himself. Like I said, when it comes to you doing a movie starring you and yourself, and it's good, you've made it. You've made it in Hollywood. And Michael B. Jordan, you've made it in Hollywood, buddy, because I wanted to tear apart you hugging yourself, you talking to yourself, you being around yourself. But I've actually looked into a lot of the interviews when you left the set, changed, and came back as a totally different character. That is method acting. That is acting. And that deserves credit, sir. And you have my seal, Game Ninja, of quality.
Michael B. Jordan definitely came a long way from The Wire.
Yes. From Wallace and The Wire to starring in Sinners. And, what? Her name. Is it Haley? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Haley Steinfeld. She was in Hawkeye, Pitch Perfect. She's been in a lot of movies. I remember her. I just realized I remembered her from Ender's Game. She was the girl Ender was in love with. And I did not know that. I did not know that at all. Did not. She also voiced character, I believe, Spider-Gwen in the Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse animated series. But phenomenal casting. Delroy Lindo, how could I forget him in here? He really brought the fire, but he always does. It just makes me angry that I can go back to the, was it 90s or 2000s? Whenever Romeo Must Die came out, he looks exactly the same now as he did then. He hasn't aged a day. The entire ensemble cast of characters is brilliant in this. And I love that everybody apart is brilliant, but together is even more brilliant. Now, having said that, are there some stupid things that happen I can take away? Yes. Like the Asian woman inviting the vampires to come in because she's afraid that they're going to go and kill her daughter. Excuse me, burped. Her daughter in town. Here's the thing, ma'am. By you inviting them in, they're going to get you now, and then they're going to get your daughter later. You didn't save her by inviting them in. I understand you wanted to fight, but you went out like a chief. I give you credit. You went out like a chief. But you kind of fucked everybody in the process. Didn't like that. No. Why my boy Delroy Lindo had to die, I didn't like it. There is some sexual content in this movie, both performed by a bunch of different actresses and actors in it. Nothing too visceral, but there are some lines, and one scene in particular with Michael B. Jordan and a Southern belle in a shack that is it's pretty graphic. But Haley Steinfeld steals the show every time she's on screen. I found everything in this movie it kind of felt like I was watching From Dusk Till Dawn, an urban version in a different time period of From Dusk Till Dawn. And the bar was the Titty Twister in From Dusk Till Dawn, and in this one it was this jute joint that he was creating. I do like that they kept with the regular vampire lore of inviting them in. I like the fact that when they're want to bite you, they get drool in the corners of their mouth, which is a dead giveaway. Having said that, I've seen a lot of people like ask to come in places that I just won't give you an invite anymore because I don't know. And I like the musical aspect. I didn't think I would like the musical aspect of this as much as I did, but there's like dancing scenes. There's almost like church choir scenes where the music is dropped down. It's just them stomping and clapping, and they were after Sammy because of his gift. And I like the way the movie wraps up full circle in the premise. I like that the trap that was lying in wait for Stack and Smoke, Michael B. Jordan's characters, brothers, that comes back on the Klansmen who were going to take them out after they sold them the jute joint. I like how it comes full circle around them. This movie just has the ability to sew up all the loose ends, and I love it. Even at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, I already warned you, even at the end of the movie where we get an older Sammy playing jazz in a club in like 1992 now, and he's approached by two people who want to offer him money because they want to speak to him, and the bodyguard lets him in, and we get to see that it's Stack, and we get to see that Haley Steinfeld survived. And I was wondering the same thing that Sammy says. How the hell are you here? And it turns out Michael B. Jordan's the other brother, Smoke, he couldn't kill his brother, but he made him promise not to hurt Sammy and to protect him, which he didn't do right then and there because he ran off with Haley. And if they would have stayed, Sammy would have almost certainly been helped, but they might have been cooked too. But I'm glad it ended the way it did. He never put down his guitar. There is some underlying themes in this movie that will make some people uncomfortable. Sorry, but it is a horror movie. You will be uncomfortable. There's also some things that happen in this movie that'll hurt some people's delicate sensibilities. It's not for you. Having said that, why are you watching a horror movie then? As a horror movie, it is refreshing to see something done that I haven't seen in a while. As a vampire movie, it's nice to know that the genre still is out there and a movie can be made and do it justice. As a musical, and I don't like musicals, saying the guy who has a whole musical category and library on his computer, right? Don't like musicals. I don't like how they're done sometimes. Like if you're having an episode of a TV show, I hate to say it, since I use Buffy, I'll use her. There's an episode where they just break out into song and then everybody's singing.
Once more with feeling.
Whatever. Everybody sings the entire episode long. I skip that episode every chance that I get. Look, it may be some people's favorite episode. I get you. But when I'm in a serious horror, drama, comedy, if it's a comedy, yeah, by all means. But if we're doing horror, leave the singing out. Having said that, this movie, the way they brought it in, I didn't think I would like it as much, but I did. I actually did. I really liked it. Negatives, I really don't have too much negative I can take away from this movie. I was kind of just observing it. Never once picked up my phone, so it held my attention. Watched it all the way through. In the end, the first time I was watching it, I had to run to the bathroom, unfortunately. Bad food. But I watched it again. I had a chance to watch it again, and I absolutely loved it. I love this movie. And you're going to get a lot of negative talk from people. You're going to hear a lot of negative criticism. You're going to hear a lot of fake reviews talk about what it's missing and what it's not. But on the same token, if it's not, then what do you consider is? Literally. Look, I'm not going to offend my Twilight fans out there because I sat through the entire Twilight genre, through New Moon and all that shit and Fallen Shadows, and I think they have a new one coming out soon, the book or something. Look, my biggest gripe with Twilight, besides them twinkling in the sunlight with golden skin, my biggest gripe is giving people the biggest badass fight scene in your movie franchise out of all the movies, where vampires and werewolves and nobles are fighting lords and suntan lotion and hair grease is splitting everywhere. You give us this amazing battle only to pull it back like a cheesy ass episode of Smallville and make it all a vision, all a dream. It was all a dream. I used to see Word Up magazine. Yeah, no, all a dream. Fuck you guys and the horse you rode in on for that. I sat through that entire badass scene and I felt the pain of loss, the sting of victory, and I loved it. I was like, oh, this series just got a hell of a lot better. We need more of that. And it was a vision. By the way, we're not going to fight. We saw what was going to happen, and I was going to get my head cut off. So, yeah, you guys will let bygones be bygones. I'll send your card in the mail next month, and end of the movie. What? That's my gripe with Twilight. My biggest gripe. Besides the golden skin. I can deal with the golden skin in the sunlight and not burning up. But there's a little bit of pedophilia, too, with a wolf imprinting on a child. Talking to you, Team Jacob. Talking to you. That shit was not right, son. Nobody looks at a baby and be like, oh, I'm going to marry her. Not good. Not a good look. Not a good look. So anyway, Sinners. Probably the best vampire movie I've seen in a very, very, very long time. Nothing negative. So what do I give Sinners here in the Game Dojo on 24K movies, TV shows, and video game reviews? I give it a double platinum. Like it, buy it, own it. I would say get it on DVD or Blu-ray, but since they're trying to phase that out, I don't know what medium they have left besides digital. And you know what? It is what it is. I would prefer Blu-rays and DVDs to live forever so that you actually own your movies. But we're in a future now where nobody owns anything. Nobody has anything except for the clothes on your back, and even those can be taken off of you. Give them up! So anyway, Sinners. Did you like it? Hoped you like it. If you saw it, I bet you did like it. Don't pay attention to what naysayers are saying. There's a lot of people out there talking shit and all that yin yang and selling you wolf tickets on movies and TV shows and video games. Judge for yourself. Everybody has that one person they trust their opinion and they be like, I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. Yeah, you ain't like it for a reason. But is that reason gonna be my reason?
Honestly, you should always watch something without input from somebody else to see how you like it first.
That's what I always say. Judge for yourself.
Just because they didn't like it doesn't mean you ain't gonna like it.
That's right. So until next time, ladies and jelly spoons, thank you for joining me here in the Game Dojo for 24K movies and TV shows and video game reviews. Stay tuned because we got a lot more coming for you. Thank you guys for supporting my channel and making it what it is. My little channel has grown exponentially because of you. And believe me, every time I stop by and read your comments, and I answer every single last one of them personally. My Eat or Not video had something like 600, 700 comments. I responded to each and every one of them, and in your own language. Who else pays that much attention to you? Nobody but the Game Ninja. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next movie, next TV show, next video game. Hell, next song. I might do some music reviews. You never know. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.